Okay, I have the 3-in-1 survival kit to show you today. This kit doesn't contain everything you're going to need in a survival situation. Some of you military guys know what you got to do. You're going to have your backpack and your heavy gear and the like. But this is something that I've put together that can fit in a box about the size of a shoebox. And if you're going to be taking a trip anywhere near water, you're going to be on a kayak, in a canoe, then you're going to want to make sure you invest in waterproof boxes and not cheap boxes like this. Alright, we'll start off. We've got about a $2-3 Walmart box. Right off the bat, we have some 3x3 sterile pads. Okay, pretty nice to have. Turn this around. Some people like 4x4s, but this is what I prefer. Got a little face mask. This may or may not do you good depending on the emergency situation you might face. Here we got a roll of gauze bandages. You wrap that around a sterile pad and tuck it under. You don't need the tape. Duct tape. Duct tape, only 10 yards here, but there's a million uses for duct tape. Here we go, a little bottle. I like to put Clorox in here, regular Clorox, unscented. You can use it 2 drops per liter. It's a little eyedropper bottle to disinfect water. Okay, emergency candles. I usually break these up. Don't keep 3 in a pack, but they burn for 9 hours. You have about a 1200 degree flame or so. They can. You know how to use them. Save your life. Later on, I'm going to be doing a video on the shower curtain shelter. Kind of inspired by Cody Lundeen's shelter. But here I've got a shower curtain liner and a space blanket. Throw 50 feet of paracord in there, and in just a few minutes time you can put up a waterproof, reasonably efficient shelter. Needed that. Here I've got a Energizer. $15 neat little headlamp. Headlamps come in handy because they free your hands. In a lot of situations I've been in, I needed my hands free, and yet I found myself holding the flashlight in my teeth. This solves that problem. You're going to want to have a good fixed blade knife. This is the Martini M571. It's only 10 bucks, 10 to 15 depending on where you buy it. A great carbon steel knife. I rubberized the outside of the sheath, so when it sits on my coat over the top of it, walking through the woods, it's quiet. But you'll definitely, in any situation, whether it's urban survival or out in a wilderness area, you want a good fixed blade. It doesn't have to be heavy. This weighs 2 ounces. If you know how to use a knife as a cutting tool, not a chopper, it'll do the work, the trick. This is not necessary. If you have some good rocks around to sharpen your knife, but it's a little diamond hone. It weighs about 2 ounces, less than 1.5 ounces. It's okay to have in a kit. The number one fire starter is the Bic lighter. I like the mini Bics. These are regular Bics. They get wet, you can dry them out quick. I'd rather have a Bic lighter. If I had a choice between waterproof matches, fire steel, or a Bic, I'd take the Bic every time. Got a couple of them. Here's some waterproof or waterless hand cleaner. You can also use it to start a fire. Okay, set that box aside. And here's the second survival kit within the kit. Small box. This is kind of a glove compartment kit. The other kit is great for at home, or to throw it in your truck to go camping, that sort of thing. But this has a lot of stuff that you can throw in a backpack or in the glove compartment of your car. It's got some puffs. Got another sterile pad. You'll want to add some gauze in here. Some little candies, cough drops. Right here, cotton balls. They come in handy, especially if you've got a fire steel. You can easily start fires with cotton balls and fire steels. A lot of guys like to put Vaseline on the cotton balls, put them in a Ziploc bag. It'll burn a lot longer. It'll only burn about 30 seconds to a minute without Vaseline on them. Waterproof matches, I consider them the biggest waste in the kit. Like I said, if you've got a Bic lighter, you don't need these. Emergency space blanket. Again, it's a small. You should always have a space or an emergency blanket like this on you if you're going to be in wilderness areas. If there's a chance you could be lost out on a trip somewhere, you're going to want to have that with it. It weighs about 1.5 ounces. Bic lighter, mini Bic, the most important fire starter, virtually always works. You want to have, people say, oh, no, they might not work in cold weather. Well, put them in your pocket, keep them warm. Got some aspirin, some ibuprofen. Chew on an aspirin if you think you're having a heart attack. Chew on 2 of them, and within 5 minutes or so, they take effect. Bandages, wet ones, Q-tips in here. Okay, we get rid of our second kit. Inside of this kit is another kit. This is a backpacking kit. It's got a little flashlight. I prefer an LED light, but it's got a neat little flashlight. It's got the world's best machined aluminum whistle. I won't blow real loud at 2 in the morning, but it's if you blow on it real loud, people will complain that you hurt their ears. This kit is designed for hiking. It's a small pouch, a little bit bigger pouch that you could put a space blanket and a few other things would be better than this. But this kit, the purpose of this kit is just to get you through overnight. If you're out where you don't expect to get lost and something goes wrong and you get hurt, that sort of thing, you have to signal for help. You can signal right here with your whistle. You've got a signaling mirror here. I haven't taken the plastic off of it, but you've got one. You've got some small bit of moleskin. I had a big square in here, but I used a lot of it. If you start to get a hot spot on your foot, you can keep yourself from getting lame by putting moleskin on it or in your shoe. Aspirin, again, the little aspirins. Again, cotton ball, help start a fire. This knife, this is a cheap Chinese knife. I would never have this in the kit. I have a Victorinox hiker that has a real nice saw blade on it, and it's got a nice main blade and a backup blade. I'd use the hiker before I'd ever take this thing, but I forgot to put the hiker in here. Got a spare battery for the flashlight. Right there, Band-Aid. It's got a mini compass, little watch compass. Great little compass to have with you to keep you from getting lost in the first place. I also am missing a map compass. Anytime I'm anywhere where I could get lost, I have a map compass with me. I gave mine away, so I'm going to recommend you get the one I just ordered, the Suunto A10. It's an inexpensive, pretty accurate Finnish map compass. Okay, this thing, okay, right here, most important item in this kit, again, the mini Bic. And this little kit here, I wouldn't carry with me on an overnight day trip. It's got some waterproof matches. It has a fishing hooks and line in there. It's got a sewing kit, but you're not going to need that for an overnighter. There are other things you could take with you. You could take, for example, a big Bic lighter on one side. You could use your imagination. But these 3 kits in all, you got a lot of stuff. So what you can do is you can take from each kit, depending on what the situation is. If you don't want to take the whole shoebox size kit, grab the smaller box and you can pull what you're going to need depending on the situation. I've been in 4 floods and an ice storm, and because I'm a city guy, 8 days without electricity is about the longest I had to suffer. Once I was out of my apartment for a month or 2.5 months, but I was in motels next to swimming pools. So most of us, if we get in trouble, it's going to be out on hiking or camping trips up north or out in the desert, that sort of thing. And that's going to affect what you want to have in your kit. This obviously isn't set up for desert survival, but I suppose if this shelter here would be great. You might even the face mask out in the desert, dust storms, I could use that. So there you have it for now. I'll come up with, I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me what you'd add to the kit. There's a lot of things I've left out. What you don't have a use for. Again, I wish I had gotten my little Victorinox hiker knife to show you. Here's I'm always within a couple feet of a knife. Here's my Spyderco Endura. You could, if this is an EDC knife for me, so I would probably have that on me anyway. But so I'd end up with 3 knives: the Victorinox hiker, the Martini, and the Spyderco. But you always want to have a good cutting tool, and you've got to have a good way to start a fire. Here we've got the Bic lighters, we've got waterproof matches, and we've got a fire steel. And we've got a very easy ignition source here cotton balls, and these candles. So, go ahead and comment, and I'll see you later.